Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel, or if you're new here, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Silver Shepherd, and as you can tell, this is a bit of a different video because you guys can actually see me. Usually I'm behind the screen talking, but today I'm a little bit in front of it at least. But in today's video, we will be asking ChatGPT to spend $500 on anything silver, and we will analyze, critique, maybe not critique if it is exactly right, but I will be telling you guys what I think it did right, what it did wrong, and like I said, do any corrections that I think might be necessary. So grab a drink, sit back, get comfy, and enjoy the video. Okay, so I hope the lighting is a lot better for you guys than in the first clip, but I went ahead and entered the prompt into ChatGPT. I'll try and display it on the screen right about here if I can figure out how to do that. I'm still trying to figure out the editing software and everything like that, but I'll also tell you guys exactly what I asked ChatGPT. So I said, if you had $500 to spend on silver coins, rounds, bars, or junk silver, what would you buy? Build a good and balanced portfolio for me to try out. So it sent me something pretty interesting. So I will tell you guys what it said, and then I will go through and list why it wanted me to do that. So, and I'll also put it on screen right about there. So it said to get some junk silver, roughly $150 worth or $10 face value, which is about 7.15 ounces. And it wanted me to do this for high liquid and it's recognizable, but also great for small bartering or prepping. And it is historically very loved by stackers just for the history behind it. And again, the bartering, it's a very useful thing, especially for people who are worried about things like that. And the next thing is government coins, 3 times 1 ounce, so just 3 1-ounce coins, which is obviously 3 ounces. And it wants me to do that because it's instantly recognizable around the entire world. It's great for resale if you ever need to sell in emergencies or when the market's up or anything like that. But it's also good for long-term store and liquidity. In the future, it will always be worth, the same amount or more. Hopefully, that's why we'll hold it. So it hopefully will go up. But, they're very good things for wealth preservation and everything like that. The third thing it wanted me to do is get 3 to 4 generic rounds. And this is a very good choice. And it wants me to get that because they have insanely low premiums, especially against government coins. They're quite a bit cheaper, and we want the most weight for a dollar, which is why people do want rounds and choose to go with them a lot of the time. They're also still pretty liquid. Not probably as liquid as government coins. However, they're still very good. And they're great for stacking bulk weight, which, like I said, most weight for a dollar, which is very, very good for that. And the last thing is a 5-ounce bar. And it wanted me to do that for cost-efficient bulk strategy, because the higher in ounces a coin or bar is, the less of a premium it'll have, which means you're getting the most amount of silver for your dollar. And it's a great way to add raw weight, but it's also very good for storage. You don't have to worry about airtight tubes or anything like that. You can just put it anywhere you want. You can stack it all on top of each other. You don't have to make a bunch of room. So if storage is a big issue for you, bars are a very good thing for that. So I will go ahead and lay all this stuff out in front of you guys and just give you a rundown and tell you what I think they should do differently, or what I actually do end up agreeing with. So I'll see you guys then. Now, if you guys look in front of you on screen, you will see everything that ChatGPT asked me to buy. And I always go through and say what it is, why ChatGPT wanted me to pick it, and whether I think it was a good choice. And we'll start off with the 4 Buffalo rounds. Now, these are very good coins, especially in America. These are just generic rounds, so the premium is quite low on them, which makes them a very attractive buy. I would 100% agree with this one, and the rest of this leads me into the American Silver Eagles, which you should always buy your own country's national coin. However, whenever you're just starting out, I would recommend not buying government coins, just because the premium is so much higher than like generic rounds. So I would say save the money on and go with these. You could either buy more or save the money and go into the next one. You want the most weight for your dollar, and you would undoubtedly get that whenever you're shopping the Buffalo round. So that would be a slight adjustment. I would not buy these 3 American Silver Eagles, and I would buy the Silver Buffalo. The next thing is this 5-ounce Sunshine Minting bar, and this is another pretty decent one. You get a lower premium just because it has more ounces to it. Generally, the more ounces it has, the lower of a premium it will end up being. So I 100% understand from that point of view. However, me personally, I don't like bars that much. I just don't find them as fun or interesting as coins or junk silver. But if we are going for a pure weight, most weight for $1, bars are certainly a good choice. I would always recommend 5 to 10 ounce bars. If you're just going to get an ounce, just go ahead and buy a round or a coin or anything like that. But still not a bad recommendation by ChatGPT at all. So far, we're finding out the AI does know what it's talking about. The last thing that ChatGPT wanted me to buy is junk silver. And if you don't know what junk silver is, I'll just go ahead and tell you. It is pre-1965, 90% silver. And it's referred to as junk silver just because that was kind of a name that it was given one time and it just stuck around. But it's also known as constitutional silver, 90% silver, and maybe a couple other names are just around the country, who knows. But yeah, it was made pre-1965 out of 90% silver. The rest of it is 10% copper. So this is for its silver value, because obviously when silver goes up, this will go up, but also for its history. These coins are never coming back. There's only a finite amount, and whenever we're out of junk silver, we're out. It's never going to come back, and that's the end of it. It is dimes, quarters, and half dollars. There is 35% nickels during World War II, 1942 through 1945, and there is 40% Kennedy half dollars and 65 through 70. However, 64 is the only year that it was 90% silver, and that's why I chose to do some of these half dollars, because I like the 50-cent denominations. They're a bit bigger, but also there's a bit more history, and people like to save their Kennedys and keep them in good condition. And then the Mercury dimes, small denomination, easy for barter or SHTF situations. And they also do have some good history. Some of these sell for like $40 if you get the 1916 D Mercury dime. They also have the Roosevelt dimes and other junk silver like that, but this is the type I would go. So we did $10 face value and junk silver, 5-ounce silver bar, Sunshine Minting. This is a National Mint American Silver Eagle, which we got 3 of those, like I said. And then we have 4 of these beautiful Buffalo rounds. So overall, ChatGPT did a pretty great job. The only change I would make is with these. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and learned something new. If you did, comment down below, let me know. Or comment what your latest purchase was in your silver stacking journey. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.